on, Ben, keep going. Last push.
So good morning, welcome back to the video. Keep my voice down a little bit because it's 7:30 on a Sunday morning. Today is the Billericay 10k. This is a race I did last year. Proudly won it last year. I think it was my first ever race that I'd done. I picked up some prize money as well, which is pretty cool. So some fond memories of running the course. Today I'm going to be heading down with my Chelmsford teammate Seb, and yeah, giving it a go over 10k today in the peak of my marathon training, so I'm not quite sure where the legs are going to be. Hopefully I can hang on to Scott Cousins. Shout out Scott if you're watching this, he's one of the fastest runners in Essex. Hopefully I can hang on to him for as long as possible and give it my best at being competitive today. But yeah, just having my morning cup of tea. I'm going to sort some breakfast out, I'm not sure what I'm going to have yet. Probably some eggs and bread. And yeah, get ready to go down, test where the fitness is at. We've got about 4 weeks now until Valencia, so yeah, it should be a fun one. So it's now 7:45. Just about to have my breakfast. The race starts today at 9:45, which is in 2 hours time. So my routine before a race goes cup of tea, then breakfast and a coffee, electrolytes, and then before the race I usually have some sort of gel about 30 minutes before the start of a race. This morning I've gone for a not very glamorous piece of toast with maple syrup. We didn't have any eggs, so that'll have to do. This is something I've had actually quite a lot recently. Before my Sunday long runs I've been having 2 pieces of toast with maple syrup just to get that carbs, sugar in. Yeah, exactly what you need to fuel yourself in a race. It's not the most glamorous or the nicest to eat, but it gets the job done. I know my stomach can handle that no problem. In terms of hydration, I use these hydration tablets from Bix Hydration. I find these a lot nicer than other companies. They're just a little bit more subtle in terms of the taste, and they dissolve well in water, and they're pretty good. And yeah, morning coffee, drinking from, I'm trying coffee from Hardlines, which are coffee roasters in Cardiff. But yeah, that's my little morning routine. I'm just gonna have my breakfast, put my contacts in, and then yeah, get ready to race because it looks like it's gonna be a pretty wet one this morning. Hiya, I'm Ben Felton. Cheers. Okay, so we just went for a warm-up, got absolutely soaking wet. All of our stuff's on the radiator drying. Plenty of people here this morning. We've literally got 15 minutes till the start of the race. Didn't feel much on the warm-up because it's absolutely torrential. But yeah, it's going to be a good race. Less about the time and more about some raw competition. So yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It's gonna be a wet one. It's horrible. Good luck, Ben!
Oh, my feet are wet.
Ben, keep going. Last push. Yes! Well done. Well done. Keep going. Go on, guys. Last push. You got this. Well done. Keep going. Last push. You got this.
So there we go, the Billericay 10k there. Not too much race footage from myself today. It was so wet. I don't think I've ever raced in any conditions like that before. Literally as soon as I took my coat off at the beginning, we were drenched all the way through, and it probably rained for the first 20 minutes of the race, really heavy. And then the last 10 minutes it sort of eased off a little bit, but by that time a lot of the roads around the Billericay area had flooded. There's an area on the course where you have to cross a bridge which goes over like a ford area. Probably around 800 meters before that ford was completely flooded, and the water was coming well over my ankles. So yeah, it's super deep. It made racing really interesting. I'm surprised that we managed to clock such fast times as we did, but the competition was really strong. Big shout out to Gus, who took it out from the gun. He ended up running 30:59, which on a course which has quite a lot of hills and in those conditions is some serious running. And I just managed to beat Scott for second place, running 30 minutes 11 seconds. I'm not going to lie, it did feel good to come steaming past Scott at the end there. Me and him have a little bit of rivalry. He absolutely wiped the floor with me at the Chelmsford 10k last year. And so it was nice to get one back on him. So if you're watching Scott, maybe come down to the track and train with us. We've been trying to get him to come down for a little while now. But here's the medal. No first place medal this year, had to settle for second, and the ladies race was won by Lindsay Coleman in 37 minutes 11, and she just narrowly missed the course record. So yeah, some really fast times this year considering the conditions. I want to say a big thank you to all the Billericay striders, all the volunteers that were out there on the course getting absolutely drenched, and to everyone who sent footage. Yeah, really enjoyed that race. It's a good sign. Fitness is in a good place. That was a peak mileage week for me, so I ran 180 kilometers this week in the road to Valencia. So I was pretty pleased with the time, well, more than pleased, and especially how I felt. I felt strong throughout, and I was able to finish, yeah, probably the quickest I've ever finished in a 10k race, because I kept seeing Scott look behind him, and I thought, he's coming back, and he did. But yeah, that was the Billericay 10k race vlog. I got selected to race the 10k inter-counties in Brighton this year, which is in 2 weeks time, but I've unfortunately declined that opportunity just because it's too close to Valencia Marathon. I think 2 weeks before the marathon. I just didn't want to risk it. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. As always, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.